afternoon. Looking forward to the game tomorrow, first road trip of the season. It's another test of our mentality. It's a test for a lot of the new players that have not played away games in the MLS. It's different to probably any other league in the world, and we want to build on the confidence of last week's results. And we're in a pretty good position where we could have Zuparic back. We've got Kamal Miller back. Santi Moreno's looking really good every single day in training. The only probably absentees at this moment in time are Mascara, Jonathan Rodriguez, Max Crepeau. I think that's it. So the squad's beginning to look a little bit more experienced, and it gives us really good options in terms of the way we want to play, the system we want to play, and the competition for places that we want to continue to get out of the boys.
Okay, we'll open it up to questions, and just a reminder to use the raise hand feature if you have one. We'll start off with Jeremy.
Hi, Coach. Going off of Max Crepeau, he was a kind of a surprising addition to the injury report last week. How severe is his injury, and when do you expect him to be back?
No, he's going to be back quick. It's important we get Max back quick, because we want all our best players available for selection, available to compete. And I know how Max is desperate to get back as well. So it's minor. It's a little twinge in the groin hip area that he just felt last week, a couple of days before the game. And I think without a shadow of a doubt he'll be back in training probably early next week. This game just came a couple of days too quick for him.
Thanks. And I have another question about Anthony. So he's been playing as a right wing back for the first couple games of this season. How do you rate his performances in a new position for him?
Well, I think he's been one of our standout players in terms of. I definitely think he's come back, and there's a little bit more maturity to his game. Last week, particularly in the final 20 minutes, he defended incredibly well. He hit the post, he hit the bar in the first half. He scored in the first game. It's a position that he absolutely loves playing. I've got to say that he's not playing that position just because of the needs of the team, which is why we're putting there. Tomorrow with the players we've got back, there could be a slight tweak to the way that the system that we play, so it might improve sort of like that bit. But he loves playing at right wing back. In terms of the sort of like his physical capacity, it suits him that position. It enables him to play really high and wide when we've got possession of the ball, and we're super pleased with his progress. He came back 3 weeks after everybody else because of his visa, and he's still playing a little bit of catch up, so there's more to come from him. I think final third we want to keep challenging him to have a little bit more quality in the final pass, final cross, but I think we're really pleased with how he's developing.
Okay, next we'll go to Sam Spiller.
Hey, Coach. Thanks for taking the time. Last season, the team probably didn't perform as well as you would have liked to see on the road, particularly defensively. What are some of the keys to continuing kind of the defensive performance you put in against Austin and carrying it into this first road match?
Well, I think we set a benchmark in terms of concentration and discipline last week that's required to win games in the MLS, whether it be at home or away from home. So I think that's the demand and the challenge for the team tomorrow. I've been in the MLS now for 4 or 5 seasons, and there is a sort of like consistency in the way that the successful teams play both home and away. And I think what we saw last week and what we've seen now, we've tried to instill in pre-season is those principles, and we're really pleased. Tomorrow is going to be no different. We're playing against a team that's new. It's a new team, new players, new coach, new system, and so there's going to be challenges there. There's always challenges away from home in the MLS, but that's the most important thing is the mentality of the team going into the game. The mentality of what it takes to win a game of football in this league is massively important. We showed that last week against Austin, and we need to show it again this week.
Thanks. And just another question about, you mentioned Nashville as an opponent. They've had a rough start to the season, goal scoring wise. What particular are you preparing for them, or what are you looking for as far as like their new system or like the danger that they've been creating in their first 2 matches?
Well, I mean, in Mukhtar, they've got an MVP in the league, one of the best number 10s in the league. In Surridge, we know all about from England. So he's a DP striker that scores goals. So and they've added quality in the wide areas. I know Jacob Schaffelberg really well from working with Canada. They've got quality in the front line, and they're going to be a good team this year. They've been suffering because I think they've suffered a few injuries. You know, they've not had a settled team in the first couple of games of the season, and they've had a couple of really good, tough games to play. So I think it's going to be a really important game for us to be at our absolute top against a team that's coached good, with a manager that's got experience, and against a system that is really good. So we're going to have to play really well.
Okay, next we'll go to Alex Barnes.
Hey Phil, can you hear me all right?
Hi Alex, are you okay?
Yeah, good. In that same vein of trying to improve away success this season, just curious if there are any preparation differences you guys have implemented this year compared to last in terms of maybe travel or training schedules prior to away games?
We looked in depth at trying to improve our away form. We did studies and we spoke to people that have been successful on the road, those that haven't, and at the end of the day, it's we've tweaked a couple of things in terms of a couple of meetings, a couple of stretches when we arrived last night. You're trying to find that extra 1-2%. But at the end of the day, when you go onto the pitch, I always say that the ball is the same. There's the same ball as what you play home, you play away, and the pitch size is no different. So it's the mentality. It's not about the food you eat. It's not about the meetings you have. It's about the mentality of what it takes to win away from home. And last week gave me great hope, because I thought we showed some qualities that are needed and that would make this team sustainable going forward. And yes, we're young, yes, we're probably slightly inexperienced, but the only way to gain that experience is by getting out there on the pitch. And I'd say that you can talk a lot, but it's the actions on the pitch that are more important.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alex.
Okay, we'll take one last question from Adam Sussman.
Hey, Coach. There's obviously selection in the midfield right now. David Shala seems to be kind of a steady fast and someone you've spoken very highly of. What's the decision like for the player next to him? Is it more opponent-based? Is it more what you've seen in training that week? And when Chara isn't on the pitch, how do you go about deciding who's captain?
I mean, in a way, there are four outstanding central midfield players, and we can only pick two. And there's great competition for places in training today. The four of them were outstanding. Diego Chara didn't deserve to be left out last week. I mean, he deserves to play. He's in form. João Ortiz, we need to persevere with to get him acclimatized and adapted to the speed of the game. And he's showing improvement every single week. The season is long. We're going to need every single player. We're going to need every single player in that midfield, because last week we used all four midfield players. So it's not as if there are a couple that are not being used. We're using all four midfield players, and probably tomorrow we'll use all four midfield players again, whether that's from the start or entering onto the pitch. The captaincy is another one. Last week was Pipe Mora, who's the most experienced player. He's on the leadership committee. And that's why his experience last week was so important. And I'd say that when you get to the situations when you're looking around for captaincies like last week, Pipe obviously stood out because Diego wasn't starting. There are a couple of the younger players that now need to become and develop as captain material. Santi Moreno, Juan Mosquera, David Ayala, Finn Sermon. These are players that could be captains of a team if they continue to be developed and challenged and with certain qualities that we have. So, I say that we want 11 captains on the field, but ultimately at the end of the day, it falls on the person that's probably been at the club the longest, that's got the most respect from the team, and that can communicate in a way with both of the English and the Latino speakers.